Alright, good. Now we should be ready. And the sound is working. Last video the sound was not working, but this one I tested this time. Now the sound works. Okay, cool. What I want to talk about in this video is autonomous vehicles in the future and how they affect jobs specifically. That's going to be the main focus. So, basically, where I'm going to start off with is, frankly, the people, all jobs that involve driving in vehicles, any job that involves a vehicle, say truck, taxi, limousine, those jobs, because those jobs are the ones that'll obviously be hit, but there's other jobs that don't involve driving at all that I think will be severely hit. And take, for example, diners that serve food to truck drivers. Of course, if automotive vehicles, AI vehicles take off in society, which I think they likely will, then that means that many truck drivers will go out of a job because they won't be driving, obviously, and therefore many of the diners who serve them food will likely go out of a job as well, because there's many diners and restaurants set up around countries, say, like the US, which set up primarily for truck drivers. I mean, also people come there as well every now and then, but primarily it's truck drivers. So those companies will be severely hit, as well as just the truck driving jobs that will be hit in the future. And I look forward to seeing how we'll transition into this process of AI vehicles, because they're coming slowly. More of them are starting to appear on the road. They're getting better and better. It's only a matter of time before I think they'll show up in society. Some articles say 2030. Also articles say around 2020 and some 2025. Doesn't matter. But whenever they come, I think the hardest stage will be that transition stage through vehicles on people on the road and AIs on the road, because that's basically where that transition stage is. It's largely going to consist of both on the road for that stage. And anyway, as I was saying, so many of these of course many of these truck drivers will be hit, many taxi drivers will be hit, many limo drivers, I believe anybody who drives a vehicle, but not just them, and diners as well. Also, people say in the who work in emergency, healthcare, firemen, policemen. You think about their jobs. A lot of their jobs revolve around driving on the road, crashes on the road, issues on the road. Take a policeman, for example. A lot of policemen dedicate their time to pulling, to watching people on the road. They dedicate a lot of time to watching people on the road because of the amount of drunk drivers and just the amount of people who get fatigued or bored or, drowsy or whatever or whatnot, right? So there's a lot of policemen who are catching drunk drivers, and they spend so much time doing that. And of course, people in the medical industry, like doctors, say, for example, there's many people who suffered severe injuries in car crashes who they have to treat. So as a result of promoting AIs on the road, assuming they're safer, which is going to likely be the case because they don't get fatigued, tired, or bored like human beings, and they're probably going to be tested rigorously before they actually go on the road. If considering the fact that they'll likely be safer, that means there may be less jobs for doctors and people in the medical industry because there'll just be less people in general being injured. And say firemen, for example, a lot of their jobs involve, of course, when a car ignites up into fire, right, which can happen at times, so they'd have to go and sort out that situation. And also when somebody gets stuck inside a vehicle in a collision, the firemen actually have to come and actually tear open doors and release the person from that vehicle in order to get them out of there. So I think as a result, a lot of those jobs may decrease in society. I just hope that if that is the case, I hope that we transition into the AI industry, AI automotive industry, quite slowly, because that'll give people time to, of course, when they lose their jobs in the driving business, that'll give them, that'll slowly give people time to find other jobs, rather than just get hit really quickly and all of a sudden all these people lose all their jobs, because this isn't something I think we're prepared for unless we already see it happening. Because I see that a lot of times, especially in a society with government. They're not too concerned about what happens 10, 20 years from now. It's mainly what's happening now. I see mainly they're primarily concerned about what's happening now. And if these AI vehicles, these driverless vehicles, if these vehicles vehicles don't turn up at all, then we simply won't prepare for them, even if we know it's going to come in the future, even if we're planning for that in the future. We simply won't prepare for them. We're never really going to prepare for this shit unless we actually see it happening. So that's, anyway. That's a short little rant for 5 minutes. I'm going to stop it there, because I believe I don't really need to provide any more than that. That's 5 minutes. That's quite some time. Anyway, yeah, I'll end it there. And well, one more thing I want to mention is, where is it? I've got it in my little notebook here. Yeah, that's right. The original idea for driverless vehicles was from a magazine called Air Wonder Stories. It's made in the 1930s. So, like I mentioned before, these AIs may take off in 2030. So that means 100 years later, we took that idea to the test in society. Well, not to the test. We've already taken it to the test, but that's when it will come to fruition, I guess. We already have driverless vehicles in society anyway. So it's already pretty much happened. Like with driverless buses, for example, and trains and whatnot. Just if many trains don't actually have an instructor anymore. Anyway, I'm done. All good. Done.